Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, January 8th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Honor the Earth Board of Directors announced the $90,000 in new grants to Indigenous organizations in North America and the Pacific. This year's grants are particularly focused on protection of sacred sites and the continuation of strong cultural traditions in Native communities. The grants range from the work to protect sacred ceremonial grounds and traditions to the repatriation of Ojibwe birch bark scrolls to the White Earth Band of Anishinaabe. Honor the Earth, based on the White Earth Reservation, is a national Native organization founded in 1993 and working on environmental and cultural support for grassroots and Indigenous communities. For a list of this year's grantees, you can check out honorearth.org. The Ho-Chunk Nation is pursuing a project to have a positive impact on the environment and reduce its carbon footprint. The nation currently is looking for $1 million in grant funding for an estimated $12 million project to acquire a biodigester that would turn waste into compressed natural gas that eventually could be used to fuel its large vehicle fleet. The proposed eco-park project is part of the tribe's overall goal to develop sustainable, clean energy resources. The Lorna Rochelle Ducheneaux Trust announced the passing of the trust founder, Judge Lorna Rochelle Ducheneaux. Lorna passed surrounded by her family on November 8, 2015, after a year-long battle with cancer. Born the ninth of 11 children in Old Agency, South Dakota, she lived a good life highlighted by being a daughter, granddaughter, sister, mother, and an aunt to a loving family, which she always considered her biggest accomplishment. She leaves a legacy of advocacy for Native American rights through her charitable trust. The Lorna Rochelle Ducheneaux Trust is a charity dedicated to the strengthening of Native American governments through the development and advocacy of tribal courts by providing scholarships, training, and mentoring for people working in the tribal judicial system. The family asks that donations be made to the Lorna Rochelle Ducheneaux Trust, care of the State Bank of Eagle Butte in South Dakota. Tribal members for 3 of South Dakota's Native American reservations have a new pathway to enter careers as educators. Teach for America has forged partnerships with the tribal councils of both the Rosebud and Standing Rock reservations, as well as with administrators at the Red Cloud Indian School on the Pine Ridge Reservation. Jim Curran, Executive Director of the Teach for America in South Dakota, said the goal of the partnership is to recruit more Native Americans whose college degrees are in education in hopes they will return to the reservations as teachers. Teach for America is a nonprofit working to increase educational opportunities for students in poverty-stricken areas. Native maritime communities are rediscovering their heritage by learning how to craft the ancient dugout vessels of their past. Suspended above a sea of visitors in the St. Ocean Hall of the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History, the magnificent 26-foot-long Raven Spirit dugout canoe has come to mean far more than the seafaring vessel did when it was originally commissioned for the museum in 2008. Beneath this canoe, an eye-catching interactive display coaches respect for the sea. Who should care for the ocean? Everyone. And that's the sentiment it echoes by the recorded voices of the elders from Native communities across Alaska, who share how they were taught to respect the water and keep it clean because it's where our food comes from. Raven Spirit is an extension of the canoe movement, a revival of the artisan craft of building them, as well as a reappreciation for the health benefits of the paddler's life. The movement began in 1985 when Haida master carver Bill Reed received a commission to handcraft a replica of the red cedar dugout canoe, one of the last 19th century vessels of its kind, housed at the Vancouver's Haida Heritage Center. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.